Welcome to one of the many circle sessions hosted by Wonder Girls. Wonder Girls is a nationwide classrooms movement. We bring relatable female role models into classroom settings through our circle sessions. As you will see, the crux of these sessions is its dialogic nature. We're currently working with classrooms across 7 Indian cities and continuing to grow. Our aim is for every adolescent in India to have access to relatable female role models. I welcome you once again and hope you enjoy learning from our role models' life journey and career path.
Thank you.
Done. Okay.
Hi, good afternoon, everyone. So I'm an architect, and basically, what does an architect do? Architects design, plan buildings. So you know that dream house that all of you want, that all of you dream of? You can do that if you're an architect. You can build your own house if you're an architect. That's really as simple as it is in terms of defining it. Okay, I will show you some work that I've done in school and in office, so you just get a better idea of how does it happen. Is my screen visible to everybody?
Yeah, we can see it.
You can see it, right? Great. All right. So in architecture, everybody has to do a thesis in your 5th year. That is basically when you're done with your course in the last semester, एक फाइनल प्रोजेक्ट होता है जो खुद डिजाइन करना पड़ता है और खुद प्रेजेंट करना पड़ता है. सो मैंने चूज किया था पब्लिक लाइब्रेरी मेरे प्रोजेक्ट के लिए. सो मैं आपको सिर्फ दिखा रही हूँ कि किस टाइप से ड्राइंग्स होते हैं, जस्ट टू अंडरस्टैंड कि हम क्या प्रेजेंट करते हैं. सो अभी जो आपकी स्क्रीन पे है इसको बोलते हैं प्लान. प्लान बेसिकली होता है जो टॉप व्यू से, जो आप अगर ऊपर से आप बिल्डिंग को देखेंगे तो आपको ऐसे दिखेगा. All right.
Yashvi, sorry to interrupt.
No problem.
Your screen seems frozen, or is it just my screen? Because it's stuck on.
Clearly.
Sorry, can you hear me now?
Yeah, Aradhana, I can see Ashvi clearly. It might be your network.
Okay, all right. Okay, awesome. Thanks. Ash.
All right. So you have plans. You have floor plans showing कि हर एक फ्लोर पे क्या होता है. फिर सेक्शंस होते हैं. सेक्शंस बेसिकली क्या होते हैं? अगर प्लान को हमने एक लेवल से कट किया तो क्या सेक्शनल व्यू में क्या दिखेगा? मतलब अगर हम किधर खड़े हैं तो हमको उधर से क्या कैसे दिखेगा? सो वॉल्स दिखते हैं, फिर डोर्स दिखते हैं, विंडोज दिखते हैं, वो सब आता है सेक्शंस में. फिर एलिवेशन होता है जो हम बाहर से देखते हैं. तो बिल्डिंग के जो 4 साइड होते हैं, 4 हमेशा नहीं होते, पर अगर 4 साइड है तो वो कैसे होते हैं? ये सेक्शन ये हमको एलिवेशंस होते हैं.
Yashvi, so sorry to
Not a problem.
bother you. So because none of us can see, so we can't see the plan for some odd reason. Like it's stuck on
Is it?
the folder view. Like it says public library.
Oh, you cannot see the PDF that's open?
Yeah. I think you might have to present that particular screen. So if you stop presenting and present again.
All right, let me just check.
Yeah.
Can you see it now? Because in this thing, it's showing me that the PDF that I'm presenting is the share. But I've changed it. Can you still not see it?
Now we can see this. It's perfect.
See it. All right.
Thank you.
So I'm just going to run through it again. Okay, can everybody see the plan? Can you see a drawing right now? Hello?
Yes, we can. Yeah.
Am I audible?
Yeah, Shri, we can see and we can hear you also.
All right, great. Okay, so I'm just going to run through it again. A plan is basically what you see from the top. So if you're looking at something from the top, you see a plan. अगर आप एक एरोप्लेन में है और आप बिल्डिंग ऊपर से देख रहे हो तो आप वो प्लान फॉर्म में देख रहे हो. So this is that. Okay. Then you do this for every floor to understand कि हर फ्लोर पे कैसे होता है. फिर आते हैं सेक्शंस. बेसिकली सेक्शंस ये होते हैं, अगर मैंने प्लान को एक लेवल से कट किया तो मेरे को देखेगा कि अंदर से वो कैसे डिवाइड हो रहा है. सो यू सी वॉल्स, विंडोज, डोर्स, everything. So that's basically a section. You understand the height of the building. Then elevations are what you see from outside. So जब building को अब बाहर से कोई building देखते हैं तो आप उसका elevation देख रहे हैं. So वो कैसे उसका बाहर से कैसे दिखता है, वो वो अच्छे से ग्लास में और वो सब होता है तो वो कैसे दिखता है. That is what an elevation is. Okay, this is the more fun part, which are your views. जो अगर आप देखेंगे जो बिल्डर्स होते हैं वो लोग व्यूज दिखाते हैं पोस्टर्स पे, ताकि आपको पता चले कि आपका घर अंदर से कैसे दिखेगा, वो बिल्डिंग जो है वो अंदर से कैसे दिखेगा. सो दीज आर व्यूज. आई एम जस्ट रनिंग थ्रू हाउ दे आर. तो ये है वॉक वे था मेरे बिल्डिंग का एक. फिर ये था एक अंदर लाइक गैदरिंग स्पेस जो मेरे लाइब्रेरी में था, जो कम्युनल स्पेस था. ये भी एक दूसरा आउटडोर कम्युनल स्पेस था. दिस वाज हाउ मेरा स्टेयरकेस जा रहा था. This was the children's library. So again, by adding colors, by adding elements to it, तो आपको पता चलेगा how is it actually happening, what the design is like. This is a reading room, which you can see it. This is the book where the book storage happens. So this is that area. So all right, so this is how basically okay, I'm not able to stop sharing. So can somebody do that for me? Because it's not letting me do it.
Have the option on top.
No, there is some issue here where I'm not able to click on it. I don't know what's happening, but I'm not able to stop the share. Yeah, thanks.
Yeah.
So this is a very, very, very basic example of what you do as an architect. Okay, now I'll just run through what college is like. So after your 12th standard, it's a 5-year course. Abhi, the norms are that you have to take science in your 11th and 12th and math. So both these subjects are compulsory if you want to apply for architecture. You have to give this one common entrance exam called NATA. That's basically the National Aptitude Test for Architecture. If you give that test and then you, with your scores, you apply for architecture school. In the way you give your exam, your final score is 50% of what your 12th score is. So scoring well in your 12th exams is also very important here, and 50% of your NATA score. It's as simple as that. Now, I think all colleges accept only the NATA score. During my time, it was, we also had a CET for government schools in Maharashtra. But I think that is now not there, but you'll have to check that. It's all NATA now. Yeah, so that's a basic of how architecture, what happens. Do you want to ask, go question wise now? So I can just address all of them.
That would be great, Yashvi. So thank you so much for the great introduction. Girls, just to kind of reiterate, so Didi showed us her college project. This is something that she created in college, right? The designs for a public library. Everything that you saw, Didi had designed that. It was beautiful. Yashvi, I wish we got a chance to actually have such extensive libraries. Also, if you want to take architecture in class 12, girls, you have to take science and maths, right? So you'll have it. So non-medical would be the way to go. And after 12th, you have to take an entrance exam, right? Which is called the NATA. And when you're applying to colleges, right? जब आप college में apply करोगे, तो उसमें आपको क्या-क्या चाहिए? आपके 50% 12th के marks चढ़ेंगे. जैसे for example, if you get 60% in 12th, so 30% of that will be counted, and 50% of your NATA score will be counted. Okay. So as we go along, of course, we'll talk more about it. So please don't worry. So Yashvi, we'll just start with a few questions that students had shared.
Sure.
So the first question was, what makes you happy?
What makes me happy? Very complicated. So professionally, I really enjoy designing. So in architecture, there are a lot of different facets. There are a lot of different things that you have to do. So एक है जो just designing, which is fun. फिर है जो technical drawings होते हैं, मतलब टॉयलेट कैसे डिजाइन करते हैं, किचन कैसे डिजाइन करते हैं, उसका जो टेक्निकल सब होता है, which is not too much fun, but वो करना पड़ता है. It's part of the but yeah, professionally the design part is a lot of fun because वो creative है, वो आपको जो करना है कर सकते हो. There is the sky is the limit there, and it's very subjective. तो सही या गलत इसमें कुछ नहीं होता है. It is जो आपको करना है. So yes, that is a lot of fun.
No, that is brilliant. That is wonderful. And just a follow-up question. So when you're designing, right? When you're designing a building, so so you take care of every element, right? So girls, like when Didi is designing the building, right? It's not just ki building ka bahar ka. It's every room, every element, right?
It's every element. Wait, should I show you my office work? You may get a better idea with that. 1 minute. Can you see it?
Yes.
Is my screen visible? Okay. तो ये एक ऑफिस बिल्डिंग था जो मैंने मेरे ऑफिस में किया था. तो ये एक फॉरेस्ट डिपार्टमेंट का एडमिनिस्ट्रेटिव बिल्डिंग था. अभी इसमें मैं आपको दिखाती हूँ कि ऑफिस में कैसे एक्चुअली काम होता है. सो ये है थोड़े साइट इमेजेस. ये है फाउंडेशन टाइम के काम. सो बेसिकली जब भी बिल्डिंग चालू होता है वो पूरा पता है आपको डिग करते हैं, अंदर पूरा डिग करते हैं और स्ट्रक्चर ताकि खड़ा हो सके प्रॉपर्ली. तो ये एक्चुअली करता डिजाइन, ये वाला डिजाइन जो होता है वो स्ट्रक्चरल इंजीनियर करते हैं, विच इज वेरी टेक्निकल वर्क. पर एज एन आर्किटेक्ट यू हैव टू नो कि ये कैसे होता है. यू हैव टू अंडरस्टैंड कि उन लोग ने जो किया है वो करेक्ट है कि नहीं, वो आपके डिजाइन से कंपैटिबल है कि नहीं. तो आपको इसका भी अंडरस्टैंडिंग सब होना चाहिए. तो ये दिस इज जस्ट द स्ट्रक्चर बिल्डिंग अप. तो ऐसे स्टेप बाय स्टेप स्ट्रक्चर आगे बढ़ता है. देखिए फिर इसमें विंडो के पंक्चर्स आ गए. देन इसमें अभी यहाँ पे हम लोग ने ऐसे फिन्स बनाए थे विच आर बेसिकली लाइक अ बैरिकेड जो फ्रंट स्ट्रक्चर पे आता है, वो इधर हमने ऐसे डिजाइन किया था. सो वो लगना चालू हुआ. फिर गेट, हम लोग गेट भी जो होता है एंट्रेंस गेट वो भी डिजाइन करते हैं. सो आर्किटेक्ट्स डू एवरीथिंग दैट हैज टू डू विद द बिल्डिंग. इवन जो फ्लोरिंग है वो भी हम सिलेक्ट करते, वो भी हम डिजाइन करते हैं. फिर इंटरनली भी अगर कुछ भी ट्रीटमेंट करना है वो सब, यहाँ पे हमने बैम्बू स्क्रीन्स यूज किए थे. दिस इज देन व्हाट द फाइनल आउटपुट लुक्स लाइक. अभी अगर यहाँ पे देखेंगे तो आपको दो छोटे सीसीटीवी कैमरास दिखेंगे. यू कैन सी हियर. Even that we decide where the position is, of course with help of engineers like your electrical engineer, पर वो हम decide करते हैं. फर्नीचर डिजाइन करते हैं, फर्नीचर कहाँ पे प्लेस होता है वो भी हम डिजाइन करते हैं. So this is what a typical drawing जो ऑफिस में जो हम कंसल्टेंट्स को देते हैं, जो हम कॉन्ट्रैक्टर को साइट पे देते हैं, दिस इज व्हाट इट लुक्स लाइक. ये बहुत सिंपल एक टिपिकल ड्राइंग है. अभी ये है फर्नीचर लेआउट जो गुड फॉर कंस्ट्रक्शन अगर आपको दिख रहा है ड्राइंग पे, दैट इज जब हम साइट पे कुछ रिलीज करते हैं तो वो ऐसे मार्क के साथ जाता है ताकि पता चले कि यही ड्राइंग यूज करना है एक्चुअली कंस्ट्रक्ट करने में. Then these are elevations like I showed you last time. यहाँ पे भी देते हैं हम. Again sections कि staircase कैसे दिखता है, टॉयलेट कैसे आएगा, वो सब डिटेल्स इसमें होते हैं. Then you have such drawings which are
बोलो ठीक है ना.
Then you have such drawings which are furniture.
लैप पर ना हो जाए.
Just a second. Yes,
Yeah.
Can you unmute yourself again? I had to mute everyone.
Yeah. Then these are drawings जहाँ पे furniture का detail भी हम लोग design करते हैं. So वो depth तक सब design होता है.
Wow, this is absolutely brilliant. Like just the details that have gone into this. Like the kids are also writing on the chat. They're saying it's so difficult. All of this must be so difficult क्योंकि आपको इतनी सारी चीजों का take care करना है इसमें. So
ये सब स्कूल में सीखते हैं, कॉलेज में ये सब सीखते हैं कि बेसिक ये कैसे करना होता है, ताकि जब ऑफिस में आए तो वो आइडिया होता है कि कैसे करना है, और फिर ऑफिस में हम आगे सीखते हैं. See, then these are more fun things जो हम लोग करते हैं. This हम लोग ने म्यूरल डिजाइन किया था. So these are also a lot of fun, और ये सब ज्यादा इंटरेस्टिंग चीजें हैं जो हम लोग करते हैं. ये प्रोजेक्ट था गोवा में, तो हम लोग ने इसमें क्या किया था, जो गोवा क्या नेचुरल फ्लोरा फौना है उसके बेस पे हम लोग ने डिजाइन किया था. So फ्रूट कैश्यू है ये, फिर उसका जो लोकल ट्रीज है, बैम्बू है, तो हमने ये सब भी डिजाइन किया था, फ्लावर्स, things like that. So this is what it looked. This was a security cabin. So हमने उस पे भी mural design किया था. So this is how it actually end product looks like. Yeah.
that is incredible. Thank you so much for sharing this with us,
Oh, no problem.
Yashvi. So again, before we go on more to in more detail about what we need to do to be an architect, just again, kids wanted to understand that why did you choose to be an architect, and what were some challenges that you faced throughout this journey?
So I chose because my mom used to do interior design, and I used to go to sites with her. So that's when I saw a little bit and I got really interested in it. And that's how I decided to take up architecture. I suggest for anybody who's interested, if you can find a site which is under construction, or if you know somebody who works, maybe a contractor or an architect or an engineer, go with them to the site so you understand what the feel of the site is. So you'll know if you're liking that or no, if that's what you want to do. The challenges. So one of the biggest challenge here is that it's a very male-dominated industry. So architects and engineers are still, you have a lot of women doing it, but in terms of contractors, it's a very, very male-dominated industry. So that's one problem. So it's a little difficult to navigate in the beginning. Then you understand and you get used to it. Another thing is that when you're starting off, the money is very little. So as a fresher, you earn very little. So you have to do a lot of other things to sustain yourself. You have to take up projects on your own. So if you're working in an office, you will not earn very well. So you have to take up small projects on your own on the side so that you earn well that way. Another challenge is, yes, it's a long hours, a lot of work. Even जब college में होते हैं, so हम लोग on an average 8 to 10 hours every day काम होता है, minimum. These are जब भी काम कम होता है, जब submission का time आता है, semester end आता है, so हम 20 hours continuous काम करते हैं without any breaks. Same thing happens in offices also. 8 to 10 hours हमारा regular होता है, but वो बहुत कम होता है. Normally we work good 10-12 hours every day. So long hours, a lot of tough work. So you have to be ready for that. जब sites पे जाते हैं, so that is, it's not the safest in the sense कि आप ऐसे चल के नहीं जा सकते हो. So there is a lot of that is involved. गर्मी में खड़ा रहना पड़ता है. So all of that is very difficult. So it's not a very cushy office sitting job. It's tough work. But if you enjoy it, it's great.
Thank you, Yashvi. So what I'm going to do, maybe I'll just pause over here. And
Alright.
before we go forward, if children have any specific questions that they want to ask, maybe we
Sure.
can just take a few for 5 minutes. So I think Manjari had asked a question, but Didi, do you build the home or do you only design the home?
The way it works is I design the house. So for example, if you take a house as an example here, it's not just houses, we make everything. So houses, offices, museums, everything. So any built structure, basically, an architect designs it. So yes, we design it. The actual building will, the building work, the contractor does, but we oversee the work. So we will go to site, say twice a week or thrice a week or something like that, and see that they're doing the work properly, that the labor who's doing the work is doing it as per the drawings, that it's, so you oversee all the work. You don't physically do the work, but you oversee all the supervising work.
Got it. Thank you. So, girls, Didi designs the buildings, but she's present at the site to make sure she's there supervising, right? Checking
Yeah,
is
yes.
everybody working as they should work or not. Okay, Chani, do you want to unmute and ask your question?
यस दीदी आई एम सेइंग दैट मतलब कि दीदी वो आर्किटेक्ट तो करती हैं लेकिन वो किस जगह पर करती है मतलब कौन सी प्लेस में करती है वो अलग कंट्री में करती हैं
आप बिल्ड कहाँ पे करते हो आप ऐसे बोल रहे हो कि डिजाइन क्या कहाँ पे होता है
पूछ रही दीदी बिल्ड कहाँ करते हो
वो तो जहाँ पे भी प्लॉट हो आपका जो क्लाइंट आपको एक क्लाइंट आता है वो बोलते हैं कि मेरे को सपोज घर बनाना है मेरे को घर बनाना है मुंबई में फॉर एग्जाम्पल तो फिर आप वो जो आपको प्लॉट देते हैं आप वहां पे बनाते हो तो ये डिपेंड होता है कि आपको क्लाइंट कहाँ पे क्लाइंट का क्या है उनका प्लॉट कहाँ पे है तो अभी मैं एज एन आर्किटेक्ट जाके प्लॉट नहीं ढूंढने वाली हूँ वो मेरे को क्लाइंट देगा तो जहाँ पे भी प्लॉट होता है तो हाँ प्रोजेक्ट सब जगह पे हो सकते हैं आउट ऑफ द कंट्री भी हो सकते हैं इन द कंट्री किधर पे भी हो सकते हैं so that depends on where your plot is what the project is.
Great. Thank you for the question, Chani, and thank you, Yashvi. So maybe we could just go through the other questions and then we'll just open the floor for any questions that kids may have. So if a student wants to be an architect, right? We talked about कि अच्छा non-medical लेना है, NATA देना है. But what are some qualities that a student should have to be a successful architect?
Okay, so even though you have to go through with science for this, you have to enjoy art. That's very important. So because only then can you design. So अगर आपको drawing में interest है, आपको if you like sketching, so all these are great tools because ये आपको हमेशा इसकी जरूरत पड़ेगी. आप जितने भी senior architect है, everybody sketches. So art is very, very important. Science is not as important because except physics और दूसरे कोई biology या chemistry वो सब कुछ इसमें involved नहीं होता है बिल्कुल नहीं. Even maths for that matter आपको but because educational pattern ऐसे है इस पे score करना जरूरी है but that is not something you need to do. You also have to be very good with softwares क्योंकि अभी डिजिटली ही सब काम होता है तो आपको कंप्यूटर्स पे थोड़ा सा कोडिंग भी कभी कभी आ जाता है नॉट टू मच पर अगर कोई नया सॉफ्टवेयर है तो उसमें थोड़ा सा कोडिंग का भी आता है बट अदर देन दैट इवन कंप्यूटर वाइज यू हैव टू बी गुड arts are very very important you have to enjoy that the main thing with architecture is that if you don't enjoy it then you're not going to like it you may be good at it but you will never like doing it and then it gets a little pointless after a point. So that is a very important thing that you have to like it. So I'll tell you some of the subjects we had in college. Will that help right now?
Yes.
So somebody has asked if you have commerce. You can't do commerce now. I was lucky I could do it when I was studying architecture. We had that option of doing it with commerce. So as math as a subject. That time only math was compulsory, but now science has become compulsory. Okay, so in college, some of the subjects we had were, there was one which was architecture design. Basically, that is where you design. So every semester you have a different topic. There's a school design, there is residential design, housing, ऐसे सब अलग-अलग होते हैं, which you have to design. Then there is construction, where you learn construction techniques. कि brick, for example, कैसे lay करते हैं, concrete के properties क्या होते हैं, वो सब उसमें building materials भी आता है. So you learn about all of that. You learn how foundation is laid. All these things you learn, all the technical things you learn here. Then there's one thing called architecture graphics. that basically teaches you how to make the drawing. जो आपने मेरा भी drawing देखा, वो कैसे technically correct drawings कैसे बनते हैं, वो आप वहाँ पे सीखते हैं. Then there is theory of structures. So that is a very that is physics related. You learn the load, building load कैसे carry करता है, वो सब जो technical चीजें होती है, जो physics होता है. This is in practical life we never do it ourselves क्योंकि engineers करते हैं. But we should know, we should have a working idea, a knowledge of how this happens. ताकि जब engineer हमें कुछ दे check करने को, तो we know कि ये correct है नहीं है. So it's to understand. Then there is one thing called history, which you learn about old buildings throughout time. You learn how buildings evolved, how technology evolved. All of that is there in history. Then another very important thing is climate, because हर जगह का climate अलग होता है, उसके हिसाब से आप वहाँ पे building बनाते हो. So अगर बहुत ठंड है तो walls थिक होंगे, you know, for example sun का direction क्या है, ये सब चीजें आप करते हैं. यहाँ पे climatology करके subject होता है, यहाँ पे सीखते हैं. So that is where you understand कि how the climate reacts with a building, or how do you design something so that it's comfortable for the users. Then there's a very fun subject which is very creative. So that's basically theory of design. So वहाँ पे it's just fun. That is everybody's favorite subject because you enjoy. It's very creative. You do arts and crafts. Basically, उसमें यही होता है, arts and crafts होता है, and that is something you will enjoy. Then there is one thing called survey and leveling. Basically, यहाँ पे भी learn कि जो ground होता है, उसका ground कैसे होता है, topography होता है, which is basically कि ground का leveling कैसे है, वो straight है, levels अलग अलग है, ऊपर नीचे जा रहा है, ये सब आप यहाँ पे सीखते हैं. So broadly ये subjects होते हैं जो हम 5 साल में cover करते हैं. Yeah.
Got it. Yashvi, thank you for that. So Yashvi, Chandni has a question. She says, how can you draw digitally?
Okay, so there are softwares, like there is one called AutoCAD, which is what we use, which is most commonly used in India. So on that you draw. So whatever drawings I showed you were all drawn on AutoCAD. So that is in 2 dimension. Then a 3rd dimension, when you get a 3rd dimension, जो 3D drawings होते हैं, वो Revit करके एक है, SketchUp है. So these are the softwares you use for that. फिर जो all the colors and everything that I added, वो Photoshop करके एक software होता है, उस पे होता है. So that's where you make it very nice and pretty to present. These are broadly what you use on a day-to-day basis. Somebody's asked, is architecture a good career for girls? Yes, it's a great career for girls. It really depends on if you enjoy the work. As a career, it's great. And it's now today there are a lot of girls entering architecture. So in terms of male dominance, it's not in the field itself. It's more in the overall scheme, because contractors generally men ही होते हैं. We don't have too many female contractors and all of that. So in that terms, it's a little male dominated, but in the office atmosphere and everything, no. I was working at an office where we were 14 girls working and there were 2 boys. That was how it was. So there are a lot of girls there, don't worry.
Thank you, Yashvi. I want to touch upon what you had talked about earlier, right? Like when Chandni asked about drawing digitally, right? So this will require, let's say, you would need a laptop or an iPad and a lot of gadgets. So just let's say right now, right? We are in class 10 and we want to start working on working towards this field. So what can kids do right now if they want to be an architect?
Okay, so right now what I would suggest is in school, you have this subject called technical drawings. So I know ICSE had that. I think CBSE also has it, but I'm not very sure. So that is something you should, if you can, you take that up as a subject, because if you understand how to draw, it's you draw it by hand, which is what everybody has to learn to do first. But you understand the subject a little more, you understand the profession a little bit. You don't understand it in detail, but a little bit. So I'd suggest take that as a subject right now if you can, if you have the option. If you don't have the option, tutorials. YouTube tutorials are the best option here, where you just have so many where you understand how do you draw, what is to be done, just to get a background and understand. Even if you don't do any of this, it's fine. I didn't do it. I went to college and that was the first time I did it, and it's fine. They teach you very well in college, so don't be scared about that. The best thing to do right now would be to read online or in libraries. You have a lot of architecture books. If you want, I can give you some names if you want to take down, which would be in the beginning. Some of these books are great for beginners. Do you want me to give you the names?
Yeah, maybe you could also, I'll note them down in chat as well. So that would be great.
Sure. All right. So there's one thing called Form, Space, and Order by D.K. Ching. Then there is a Visual Dictionary of Architecture by the same author.
Just a second. Form, Space, and Order by D.K.
Form, Space, and Order by D.K. Ching.
Okay, Form, D.K. Ching. Yeah.
Then there's a Visual Dictionary of Architecture. By the same author.
Just a second. Visual Dictionary of Architecture by D.K. Ching. Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
And there is The Future of Architecture in 100 Buildings.
Okay.
So I think these are good enough for them. There are free download PDFs available online, so you could just download them. Sorry, The Future of 100 Buildings is by Mark Kushner.
Mark Kushner.
Mark Kushner, Kushner. Yeah. So these are good to understand the profession. Then read up about architects. So if you just Google something like 10 best architects of present or 10 best architects overall, just read about the work they've done. See if that interests you. You don't need to get into the detail at this point. I didn't know any of these things, if I'm being honest, at this point when I was in school. But just see if this interests you. So the reason to do any of this right now is to know that is this something you want to do or you don't want to do. That's it. You don't need to know all the details. You learn all that in school. That's not a problem. Okay, sorry, I keep saying school and not college because in architecture, we generally call the colleges a school. That's how they're referred to as. So it's an architecture school, not an architecture college generally.
Understood. Understood. Girls, just summarizing what Didi said. So if you want to, again, all of these things are not something you need to know, but it's a great time for you to think about, hey, do I like this? Do I want to do this? And how can you do it? Maybe you can go through some YouTube tutorials. Yashvi, in case you have like any top of the mind links, you could share them with me and I can share them with the kids after the session.
All right. So if you, I can do one thing. I don't have anything really right now, but I can find it out and I can send them to Mansi or something.
That would
and she can share them.
That would work. Yeah. So girls, you can go through the tutorials. You can practice art, right? Like all of you. So lots of girls, Yashvi, are already very good at drawing and sketching.
Oh, great.
So girls, keep practicing that every day. Then, like Didi said, you can read, right? You can read some books. I will again share these names on our group. You can also read about architects, right? The 10 best architects. You can read what they do and about their lives. You can just explore कि क्या-क्या है इस field में. Great. Okay. Girls, are there any other questions that you want to ask Didi? Anything that is coming to your mind and you feel I want to ask Yashvi this question? Please feel free to ask. Okay. You can write it on chat and then we can one by one, we can unmute and ask. So let's take the next 1 minute to note down our questions in the chat.
I have a question. Yashri, who's your role model?
Ah, okay. So there are actually quite a few architects that I do look up to. I can give you some names. So then there is Frank Gehry. I like his work. If you want, I can just type out these names so easier for them to Google them. There is Louis Kahn. Yes. At present in India, I really like some people. I'll give you the names. I mean, the work that they do. These are all contemporary. Now the names I'm giving you are contemporary architects. So I look up to their work. Oh, I'm sorry. I've been sending these messages. Yeah, to Sneha by mistake for some reason. All right. Would it be easier if I send a list in the end?
Yeah, that would be great. I think then the students can go.
Yeah, it'll be easier for them.
Yeah.
Sorry, I've just sent one name, but I'll just send out a list in the end together.
Also, could you speak about a few challenges that you face while transitioning into architecture school? Like if you could speak about one or two major ones and also how you overcame them.
Okay, so the biggest challenge that you face when you get into school is the discipline. Basically, what happens is it's a very till 12th we'll have a very life. It's just very till 12th everything is in a box. So you have college, you have tuitions, and then you go home, you study, and that's it. That's how life is. What happens in architecture school is that you have to do everything on your own. Nothing is ever spoon fed to you. So you're given an assignment, you go to the library, you figure out how to do it, you sit on the computers, figure out how to do it. So that's a very big challenge in that sense, because in school we're always told what to do. Now you have to think for yourself, you have to start doing everything by yourself. Nobody tells you anything. In the end, the teacher is only going to tell you if this is what you've done, how correct is it, how wrong is it, where you need to improve. But again, you have to do it yourself. And the hours that it takes, because it's a very grueling profession. So there are some professions where you just have to work for towards the end during your exams, and throughout the year you don't have too much work. But in architecture, throughout the year you have a lot of work. Not to say that it's not fun, because it's a lot of fun. Because there's so much group activity, you're always interacting with your classmates, you're interacting with teachers, you have professionals who come from outside and show you how their practice works, how they work. So there's a lot of expertise and everything of that sort that's involved. But yeah, this is kind of the most difficult, is to adjust to the pattern. It almost takes your first year goes into that to understand how this has to be done. Another thing is it's a very long profession in terms of getting your degree. It's 5 years. So sometimes what happens is you see friends who finish studying much earlier, in 3 years, sometimes in 4 years, and they start earning, but you're still in college. So the period is very long to study and to get to a certain point.
Thank you so much for that. Also, I have one more question. What makes it worth it to be an architect? Because even though, the process is so tedious and long, like for certain people, it is extremely rewarding for different reasons. So what is that reason for you?
So I will give you an example in like a moment when I knew this was worth it was when I joined office, I started on working on one project, the one I showed. So when it got done and the day it was inaugurated, it's like your baby has grown, because from day one you're working on it, right? And then you're seeing somebody else use that space, somebody else appreciating it. What architecture does is it's not a temporary thing, it's a very permanent solution to something. So you make somebody's house for them. So there is this thing where somebody is breathing and living in the space at all times. And that is what is very rewarding for me.
Thank you.
Yes. Yeah, it is great to see your buildings come alive. It's the when you see what you've envisioned in your mind, when that actually comes out, and it's there, and it's going to be there for like at least 25 years or so, and that's great.
This is incredible. And I was just thinking it also like it's also a work of so much responsibility, right? Because
Yes.
you have to think of so many parameters, the safety and everything as well. It's
Yes.
absolutely
So
brilliant.
we are on the line for it. So if something happens to a building today, I will be the one, because if I've signed the drawings, whoever has signed the drawings will be the one responsible for it. So also in a way responsible for human life in a way, but it's a lot of, yeah, it feels great to have so much responsibility. I mean, there's trust. There's a lot of trust involved here.
Got it. So Yashi, just hearing you talk, like
Hmm.
hearing you be so passionate about architecture, I just wanted to understand just your thought process when you were deciding a career, right? Because
Hmm.
like our girls, they're just what, 15, 16, and they're still
Right.
confused about what you want, what they want. So could you maybe just tell us at what point did you figure out that you wanted to be an architect? And
So
yeah.
right. No, so it must be around when I was in like the 9th grade or something, around that time, because my mom used to do interiors. I used to go to sites with her and I used to see all of that. So I used to see again the drawings come to life. And that's how I got into it. I knew I didn't want to do interiors because I like working on a larger scale. For example, now for my master's, I want to go for urban design, which is basically on a city level. So I like the larger scale. I don't like the micro process of it. So in my terms, this is when I realized, okay, I like it. Also, it's a profession which is great for, it's a problem solver. It's basically, if you don't have a house, the government will work with an architect to build houses for somebody. For example, if you have a house, you want a bigger house. So as ambitions grow, it's a very tangible thing. You see architecture, it's a very tangible thing because you know how is it happening, how is it growing. So that for me is something that I look forward to.
Got it. Got it. So I think for you, it came very early in life. You were very clear that this is what you wanted to do. Any
Yes.
tips for someone who's still navigating, right? Any tips for, like, if you could go back and tell your 16-year-old, give your 16-year-old an advice. So what would it be? Just something that would help the kids as well.
I think the best thing for them to do right now is that if you like you're walking down the street, you see an under construction building. I'm not saying go in, please don't do that. But from outside, observe the work, observe how people are interacting. If you know somebody who's in the construction industry, go talk to them. If you know somebody who may know an architect or something, foreshadow them. So all these things really help. When I was in school, I went to one architect's office for the day and I just sat there and saw what they were doing when I was deciding what I want to do. So I just went. So if you can do something like that, these things really help. There are a lot of, I think, government programs also where they help you understand these things. So you can do that. You can go see if you can find a government office. Like in Maharashtra, we have like NABARD is there. That's one. There is MMRDA. All these. So if you can go to one of these offices and see how they work, these things will be very helpful. But the best is to read. Just read a lot. See the buildings around you. Think, what would you do differently to this building? Maybe you don't like the way they've placed the windows, for example, or you don't like the color of the building, things like that. So, just think in that sense. You'll start developing your ideas and your type of architecture, your form of architecture.
Got it. Got it. Thank you for that. Okay. So I think that those are the questions from my side. Girls, again, opening up the floor again. If you have anything in your mind, like anything, you don't have to feel shy. Please feel free to share your questions. If you don't have a question, you can write in the chat that you have no questions. We're just going to pause for like 30 seconds and see.
Also, Yashvi, could you also tell them about what are the different fields that you can branch into after doing architecture? Because even though you study architecture, you can go into like interiors, graphic, you know.
Yes. All right. So in architecture school itself, it's a very general, You learn about everything. So you do one semester where you have interior as a subject, interior design. Then there is one thing called sustainable architecture. So all these things are there, but while you're doing your undergrad, it's very basic. For your masters, there are a lot of options. So there is one, as Mansi just mentioned, there's interior design. That's basically designing the inside of the house. So as an architect, you design the spaces, but then how do you place for example, in a bedroom, how do you place the wardrobe? How do you place the bed? All of that comes in with interior design. Then there's a field called sustainable architecture. That basically deals with the materials you use, the kind of technology used, so that your buildings are more eco-friendly. But everybody I'm sure knows that this climate change is a thing. There's global warming. So how do you tackle these issues? How do you use less plastic, for example, less concrete? So people build with mud. Then there is all these natural elements that you can use, natural materials that can be used. Materials is one thing. How do you, in that, then there's also how do you reduce your use on like lights and fans, for example, and ACs? How do you have natural light come in, how natural like wind come in, so that ventilation is, you don't need extra ventilation, things like that. So these are all of this is in sustainable architecture. Then there is a field called urban design and planning, which is what I'm getting into, where you design cities. So you have a city. Now, as an urban designer, I will design, say, for example, a park there, or how the pavements will interact with roads. I'm just giving you some very broad examples here. So now, for example, in Mumbai, we have the metro coming up. So the spaces that are formed at like the junctions where the metros come and end, these things as an urban designer, you design. Then you also have things like graphics, product design. All these also they come into the field. They're all very interconnected. So in these things, you design, for example, say signages. So if you go to any space, you have signs which say things like no entry or parking, like the name of your building, the name of the office, if it's an office, for example. All of these things are signage design. So that is also a field which you can specialize in. There are fields like scaffolding design. So scaffolding is basically, if you see all the bamboos which are when there's a building under construction, these bamboos which are tied outside where people climbed and they work, those are called scaffoldings. So that is also, how do you design that? So there are so many fields once you're out of this thing that you can you can go into, and then you specialize in something, one particular thing, and then that is what you will be known for. That is what your specialty is. That's what you're good at, and this you will only know when you towards the end of architecture school. So in like your 4th, 5th year, you start understanding these things and how does it happen. Yeah.
Great, thank you, Yashvi. Girls, so like Yashvi Didi just told us, like even after you finish school, there are so many different fields within architecture that you can get into. There's interior design, there's sustainable architecture, signage design, scaffolding design. So again, I'll share this list with the kids as well, Yashvi, and they can maybe research a bit more about it. Okay, so Ritu wants to ask, Didi, what motivates you?
What motivates me? I think it's my vision coming to life is what motivates me. So something which I have just drawn on paper, I have something which I've just sketched. When you actually see that being built, so if you're in school, it in that time it's the models you make. So any building that you make on paper, you have to also make models for that. So like 3-dimensional models with thermocol. So in school, that is how you can you have the vision of what is there. As you grow, I mean, you come into the field, it's when the building is made. So the first time you see your building made, that really gets you going to make the next and the next and the next. So that really motivates me.
That is beautiful. Thank you again, Yashvi. Mansi, is there any other question that you want to ask?
No, I think I'm done. She's covered mainly everything.
Okay, okay.
I think
Awesome.
I missed one. Sorry, I missed one thing which you'd asked me to cover, which was a day at work.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I can talk a little bit about that. So normally in office, a lot of emails to check. That happens. Then you have client meetings. So about like once in 15 days. I'm right now, I'm just talking about one client. Normally in office, everybody deals with 3 to 4 clients. Generally, if I'm just one client, so you have a client meeting once every 10-15 days to give them an update of how is the work progressing. Then there is drafting. So you make the drawings. As an architect, I will make all the drawings which will go on site, and they will be constructed. Then there is supervising work. So you go to site and see that what you've done is proper or no. If it's what they've done is as per your drawings, if they're doing it correctly. Then there is, so all your consultants like plumbing consultant, your structural consultant, lighting consultant, all of these, they send you drawings for approval, what they have made based on your design. Then you have to check what they've done is correct or no. You want to change anything. You want something to be designed a little differently. So there are checking of drawings. Then there's a lot of documentation work, because you have to put in the permits for the building. Like you need a construction permit, for example. So you need to make all the documents for that. You have to fill in all the details and submit it to the office, to the government office, whichever one you have to work with. So there is a lot of that also. Then there is, yeah, I think on a overall this is what you do at work generally.
Got it. I think this is quite descriptive, right? Girls, Didi was talking about what what a day in her life looks like, right? There's so much work that is to be done, and I think Didi told us in the beginning also that she works for like 10-12 hours in a day, which is brilliant. Okay, Chani, Didi, so Chani is asking that you design the structure.
Hmm.
The people who make it with their hands, the contractors, are they also part of your company, or is it separate?
No, generally they are not. So generally what happens is after you make, you have a design, then there is one thing called your, it's a tender document, basically where you have your design and what all materials are going to be used and everything, with sort of a costing that the building will cost, the overall this thing. That goes for like a bid. So the person who has the lowest bid for it. So you have different contractors who have the lowest bid for this. So whoever is chosen from that is the company. So it's normally always very different, unless there are smaller projects where you have like smaller interior projects where you have it, where you have your own people who do it, but generally it's not your own team. So every project has a different contractor. So that is also there where you have to deal with different people all the time. So you have to have a lot of communication skills here. That is also very important in architecture. So there's one more question. Don't you find it complicated? So this actually is for every profession, that you work long hours, you learn to balance. It happens with time, you learn to balance your personal and professional life. So that is something that will happen. I don't have a very definitive answer for that, because sometimes you work a lot, sometimes you don't. Also, your colleagues become your friends. So your professional and personal life sometimes get intertwined also. So it's okay. It's not a this thing. And this is actually not just for this field. It happens everywhere.
I totally agree with Didi. Girls, like if see, especially in the initial stages of your career, you're going to have to work, for extensive hours when you're setting yourself up. Great.
So you don't have an option there, yeah.
Thank you again, Yashvi.
My pleasure.
Any other questions? We only have 4 more minutes to go. So any other questions? If not, do write in the chat that you don't have any questions. Okay, no questions. All right. Okay. All right, wonderful then. Girls, then can we please just thank Yashvi Didi? So you can imagine she already has such a busy day and she found time to come here and be with us. So I would love if you could just tell Yashvi Didi on the chat what we learned today and just thank her. Sorry, Yashvi, go ahead.
No, nothing. I was just saying it was great talking to all of you. Really, it was really fun. I had a lot of fun.
As did we. Like, I feel like I know so much more about the profession now. And it's so interesting and it's so complex, right? Because so many variables are being factored in and so much responsibility is there.
That's there. So the only thing here for you to understand is the learning curve is very big. So it's not like you're out of college and you know everything. It does not work like that. I have been out of college for now almost 4 years. And now I'm actually, I have tangible responsibilities. It's after your second year, third year. So it's not that you're out and you know everything. You don't. It's only when you work in offices on site that you understand how it happens in reality. And so, yeah, the learning curve is not just the 5 years of college. It's much more than that.
Got it. Yashvi, just one more question. I think Chandni has a question. Chandni, you want to unmute and ask? You can unmute and ask.
हाँ दीदी, मैं क्या जब दीदी मतलब दिखाती हैं लोगों को, मतलब वो मतलब जैसे डिजाइन करती हैं तो मतलब वो खुद से दिखाती होंगी कि मैं ऐसे से काम करती हूँ, ऐसे से मतलब पिक्स दिखाती हैं जो उनको पसंद करनी होती है, या वो मतलब अपनी तरफ से ऑर्डर देके बोल देते हैं कि हमें ऐसा ऐसा चाहिए, तुम खुद बनवाना है ऐसा, या दीदी उनको सजेस्ट करती हैं कि ऐसा ऐसा बनवा लो, आप ऐसे कर लो?
तो दोनों चीजें होती है। जब क्लाइंट आते हैं तो उनके दिमाग में भी कुछ है कि हमको इस टाइप का बिल्डिंग चाहिए, हमको इस टाइप से चाहिए, पर वो हम लोग के पास इसलिए आते हैं क्योंकि हम लोग के पास इसमें एक्सपर्टीज है। फिर मैं बोलूंगी कि नहीं, आपने ऐसे किया, ऐसे करने से अच्छा है आप थोड़ा सा ऐसे करो। तो वो बैक एंड फोर्थ इसमें बहुत होता है कि हम दोनों एक दूसरे पे आइडिया, सब ये फील ऐसा है ना कि सबके पास आइडियाज होते हैं। आपको इसमें एक्सपर्ट होने का जरूरत नहीं है, सबको पता होता है कि क्या चाहिए। तो वो बहुत बैक एंड फोर्थ होता है। तो एक्चुअली जब एक प्रोजेक्ट आता है और कंस्ट्रक्शन चालू होता है, उसके बीच में नॉर्मली 4 से 5 महीना तो मिनिमम होता है जब डिजाइन फाइनल होता है। ये मिनिमम 4 से 5 महीना होता है क्योंकि सबका टेस्ट अलग होता है, सबको जो चाहिए वो अलग होता है, सबका नीड्स अलग होता है बिल्डिंग के लिए। तो ये काफी लंबा प्रोसेस होता है और दोनों का, क्योंकि क्लाइंट है जिसको वो बिल्डिंग यूज करना है तो उनको भी पसंद आना चाहिए। एज एन आर्किटेक्ट मुझे पता है क्या अच्छा लगेगा, क्या नहीं लगेगा, क्या एक्चुअली स्पेस यूजेबल होगा फॉर एग्जाम्पल, या क्या अच्छे से रहेगा। तो वो मेरा भी एक्सपर्टीज होता है। तो वो दोनों का बहुत सारा बैक एंड फोर्थ होता है इसमें।
All right, thank you, Yashi. Chandni, does that answer your question? Okay. So, Yashi, we just wanted to take a picture. So I'll just ask the kids to, just switch on their cameras.
All right.
I wish we could all have been there together, but Girls, so
Didi,
yes, yes.
one question.
Okay, fine, Ruchi, quickly, one question, ask.
Like Didi had said in beginning, like when we come in this profession, so we earn very little. So we have to gather like 2-3 more projects on our own. So like that is compulsory, like or from the
it's
office.
not. No, it's not. So I'll tell you how that is. नॉर्मली जब आप स्टार्ट करते हो ना तो आपका मंथली सैलरी अराउंड 15,000 18,000 जितना होता है तो उसमें वो बहुत ज्यादा नहीं होता अगर आपको खुद से रहना है घर चलाना है वो सब तो फिर लोग क्या करते हैं वो लोग छोटे छोटे इंटीरियर प्रोजेक्ट है फॉर एग्जांपल कि किसी दोस्त का घर है या कोई फैमिली मेंबर को अपना घर रेनोवेट करना है या कुछ तो ऐसे छोटे छोटे प्रोजेक्ट्स खुद से करते हैं ऐसा कुछ कंपलसरी नहीं होता है करने का जरूरत भी नहीं होता है पर वो सबका पर्सनल चॉइस है तो ऐसे भी आप कर सकते हैं क्या मैंने आपका क्वेश्चन आंसर किया ओके
He said okay, yeah.
All right, girls. So can we just please switch on our cameras for just a few seconds, and I'll quickly take a screenshot. Okay, waiting for more kids. All right. Thank you. Okay, just give me 1 second. Thank you. Rishabh, can you take a picture as well? I'm really bad with this.
Yes, I'll take that.
Okay. Just one more.
Just waiting for a couple of more children. Quickly, girls, 30 more seconds. Sabha, Kalpana, Kajal, Chandni, Anamika. Thank you, Mani. Thank you, Anamika. Okay, thank you. Yes, I have a good picture. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Yashu. Yeah.
थैंक यू
All right. Thank you, everyone. Thank you again, Yashvi.
थैंक यू